gonna give a review on Harry Potter. First of all, I'm gonna tell you all that I really enjoy watching Hollywood films because I find them interesting, and because I'm a Hollywood fan myself. I'll be giving reviews on lots of movies that are out there, and I want to give review on some of them as well. And in this video, the chosen one is Harry Potter. So let's check this video out. So let's talk about Harry Potter. Harry Potter, one of the greatest film series ever seen, and it always gives me it always revives my nostalgic memories of the 2000s. It was probably one of the biggest films of the 2000s era, and Harry Potter, also known as the boy who lived. Every time the name Harry is mentioned in the film industry, I remember Hogwarts, the four houses, Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw, Slytherin, Gryffindor, the Muggles, Severus Snape, and Pelt, and most important, Voldemort. Oh, why did it took his name? Don't you remember that in Hogwarts everyone except Dumbledore is scared of Voldemort? In contrast, Voldemort is the one who's scared of Dumbledore. He's the only person who Voldemort is scared of. So please call him you know who. The real architect of the Harry Potter series goes to this woman, this legendary woman who is known as J.K. Rowling, Joanne Rowling. She was the one who wrote these Harry Potter books and published it, which were then released into films. I've read in the Sorcerer's book that
it was just worded differently.
Really
but I had said that to fans, the last word would be Scar, and then I changed my mind. I just wanted the last
she
words
wasn't getting much
to
success
be
in her novel.
All is well.
All is well.
But when she published this Harry Potter novel, The Sorcerer's Stone, in a flash of time, she wasn't gonna know that she was gonna become one of the most well-known authors who introduced the wizarding world to Hollywood. I've seen all the films of Harry Potter quite multiple times, and I've liked every one of them, every single one of them. The names of the movies are The Sorcerer's Stone, The Chamber of Secrets, the third one is Prisoner of Azkaban, The Goblet of Fire, The Order of Phoenix, The Half-Blood Prince, and The Deathly Hallows, which is divided into two parts. Harry Potter's story is basically which indicates his terrible childhood, the scar on his forehead, which you all know who did it, and his entry in Hogwarts, where he makes a lot of friends, a lot of enemies too, goes into relationships, and plays highly different sport, Quidditch, and celebrates Christmas, all that he never did when he was with his main uncle and aunt. And most importantly, he finds the truth about his late parents, the Voldemort issue, you know who. And Harry Potter's journey has been, what you can say, a quest of mystery and fantasy like. Also a lot of credit goes to the film crew, especially Daniel Radcliffe, who portrayed Harry Potter at a mere age of 11, who debuted with Harry Potter. He was, I think, 11 or 12 years at the time, because he was born in 1989. And Harry Potter was released, first film of Harry Potter was released in 2001. So in the shooting process, it might have been just 10 or 11. But whatever that is, whatever his age is, between 10 or... I actually cannot believe that he acted so flawlessly at that age. Just imagine an 11-year-old dude acting a whole decade and portraying a main character for a whole decade. Isn't an easy job. It really isn't an easy job for almost a decade. Harry Potter's films started in 2001 and ended 10 years later in 2011. Other characters also like Emma Watson, Rupert Grint, Tom Felton, and plenty more actors. They all deserve credit for introducing Harry Potter and making one of the greatest films in the Hollywood industry. You know what? I gotta be honest with you all. I sometimes feel that Daniel Radcliffe would be more famous known as Harry Potter than his actual name himself. Am I the only one who actually thinks like this, or is there someone who agrees with me on this? When Harry Potter was released, the 90s kids were in their childhoods, and so it would have been one of the best memories for them. Sad. Now they are all in their 20s, early 20s, so they probably want to remember him as Harry Potter more. This series just indicates that you don't need to be a wizard to learn the magical spells. Yeah, of course, Harry Potter's like giving us magical spells to learn. We can find this in Google also. Of course, I don't remember all the spells, but still, like, really fun to learn them. Hagrid's entry became a real life changer for them and got an admission in Hogwarts. At least he got away from his mean uncle and aunt and explored the beauty of his life, which he had never explored in his 10 years before. I've also seen a lot of people, some people hate Umbridge, some hate Voldemort, some hate Draco Malfoy, Snape also. But I've actually seen a very few people who hate his uncle and aunt. Like, come on, his aunt even disowns her own sister, which is Harry's mom, because she didn't have a Dursley-like trait. And his uncle was really acting like an idiot in front of Harry. I thought that he's really mean. Harry has to get away from this mean uncle. He deserves so much better than him. I also think that Ron's family is more of a family to Harry than his own uncle and aunt. Ron's family treats him like what Harry's aunt and uncle should. Let me take a break for a second. I'm gonna drink some water. Where was I? So I was saying that my favorite character apart from Harry is Ron Weasley. Cause my favorite obviously every film you have some sort of favorite characters, and obviously Harry is my favorite character from the film cause he's the main character and the story focuses on him, the plotline reveals about him. And also if we say that which was my favorite film out of these, of course I liked everyone, but my favorite.
Did you ever make anything happen? Anything you couldn't explain? You're a wizard, Harry.
I'm a what?
I usually have this habit of liking the first part of any film series cause it starts the journey of the film. Harry Potter, I could say, was like the Avengers of 2000s for us, cause it was really a great film at the time, a very big film to be released in the early 2000s era. This is actually one of the very few mind, that even after having 8 films and a long 10 years of Harry Potter, it never failed to amaze me, never failed. I'm actually saying this because I've seen a lot of people saying that when a show runs for a pretty long time, say like it has some 7 or 8 seasons, or a movie is like 3 hours long and it has somewhat 5 to 6 parts, it becomes a bit boring. People just feel uninterested to watch it. I just want to say that J.K. Rowling, you deserve a great bit of respect for introducing Harry Potter to the wizarding world and to the Hollywood industry. This was my review of Harry Potter, and that I really enjoyed this film. There are many other films which I would be giving my reviews on just like this. There's like Pirates of the Caribbean, Avengers and Transformers. Lots of films. I'll be giving reviews on all of that. That's all for this video. So if you want to follow my content and receive further videos, please subscribe my channel. Please hit the red button and subscribe my channel.